Hi, second graders. Welcome back to another day of Number Corner. We have a few objectives for today. First, I can solve story problems by drawing them out. I can decide if a number is odd or even, and I can look at the hour hand to determine the estimated time on a clock. Let's start by taking a look at our new calendar marker for today. Today is September 23rd, 2020, also written as 9/23/20. It looks like we have some pennies on our calendar marker for today. What did you notice about these? Let's take a moment to add what we notice to our calendar grid observation chart. So we'll fill in our date, 9/23/20, and we have pennies today. All right, so let's take a moment to think about what we notice here on these pennies. What do you see? How could we write what we see as an addition equation? Yeah, we might see 8 on the top. So we could say 8 plus 7 on the bottom to make 15 in all. Or you might have thought about the bottom ones first and done 7 plus the 8 on the top to get 15. How many more pennies would we need to make 20? Yeah, so if we have 15 and we add 5 more, we would get 20. Another way we could solve for how many to 20 would be to take the 20 that we want minus the 15 that we have to get 5 pennies to 20. Nicely done. We are also going to be doing some problem solving today, and we're going to be going back to a problem that we saw on September 15th. Let's read this problem together. There were 11 birds on the windowsill. Some of them flew away. Now there are only 3. How many birds flew away? All right, so we're going to be drawing this problem out to help us with our work today. So if we had 11 birds on the windowsill, let's go ahead and draw those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 birds on the windowsill. Some of them flew away. Now there are only 3. How many birds flew away? So this to me seems like a subtraction problem. So it seems like we have 11 birds to begin with on our windowsill, and then some of them flew away. So if we go back to our calendar grid observation chart, we can come up here to the 15th, where our story problem is, and we can start with 11 birds. Now, some of them flew away. We don't know how many flew away yet, but we know that there are going to be 3 left. So if I want 3 left, I know there are going to be these 3 left. So that means that all of these other ones flew away. So let's count them. How many flew away? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like 8 birds flew away. Okay, so that means that the 3 that I had left plus the 8 that flew away make the 11 birds in all that started on the windowsill. So I could think about that like addition or subtraction. Now we need to solve how many to 20. So we're thinking about the 11 birds we had at the beginning of the problem. If we have 11 birds, how many more would we need to get to 20? So 11 plus some more get us 20. Or the 20 that we want minus the 11 that we have will get us how many more to 20? So what do you think? How many more to 20? That's right, 9. There are 9 more birds to get to 20 birds. Nicely done, everybody. Okay, now we're going to move on to our 60 minutes a day calendar collector. So yesterday we were at 3 o'clock in the afternoon with 900 minutes. So today we're going to be adding 60 more minutes. So we have 900 minutes plus 60 minutes. Well, I know I don't have any 10s or 1s in 900. So if I add some 10s, if I add 6 10s, then I'm going to have those 900s, the 6 10s, and the 0 1s. 900 plus 60 is 960. So I can go ahead and fill that in, 960. Now it was 3 o'clock p.m. So I had my whole upper AM clock filled in. And I had the first 3 hours or the first 3 groups of 60 minutes filled in my PM clock. Today, I'm going to be adding 1 more hour. Okay, so let's go ahead and add 1 more hour on our PM clock. What time is it now? Yeah, it looks like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So 4 o'clock PM. That would mean that our hour hand would be pointing to the 4 for 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see here on our PM clock that we are all the way to the 4, which means it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're going to do a little bit of a different clock activity now. So we're going to switch over to our clock app. And I want you to watch the hands as they move. So I'm going to move my minute hand, and you are going to be watching as I move it, okay? Ooh, see, my hour hand is moving too. I'm going to move all the way. So now it's 1 o'clock, a little after 1 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock, after 2 o'clock. Now it's 3 o'clock. Oh, what happened there? What time is it now? You might be saying that it's in between 3 and 4 o'clock. You are right. It is in between 3 and 4 o'clock. It is 3:30. It is halfway between 3 and 4 o'clock. We can count our minutes to see. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So on this clock, it is 3:30 on this clock. Let's take a look at some clocks that don't have both hands on them. They only have the hour hand. If we look at this clock, could we determine what time it is even though we don't have the minute hand? Yeah, some of you might be thinking that it is that same right in between 3 and 4 like we saw before. So it would be 3:30 p.m. or a.m. depending on what time of day it is, if it's morning or afternoon. But it is 3:30 because that hour hand is halfway between the 3 and the 4. We don't even need the minute hand to show us that it's 3:30. Let's take a look at another clock. Ooh, this one is a little tougher. What time do you think this clock is showing? All right, some of us might be saying 3:10 or 3:15, or some of us might just be saying we know it's somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock. So we know that it is 3 something, right? We might think it's 3:10, we might think it's 3:15, but we know it's 3 and some minutes. It's somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock. So it's 3 something. Nicely done. Let's take a look at our tiles for today. So today is 9, 23, 20, and we're going to think of some addition equations to describe the tiles that we see. What addition equation could we write to describe the tiles that we see? Okay, yeah, some of us might be seeing that we have 12 on the top plus 11 on the bottom to get us to 23. Or starting with the bottom tiles, we could do 11 on the bottom with 12 on the top to get to 23. What subtraction equations could we write for this picture? If we start with 23 and we take away the 12 on the top row, we end up with the 11 on the bottom row. Or if we start with the same 23 and we take away the 11 on the bottom row, we end up with the 12 on the top row. What do you think about whether this picture is odd or even, about this number of tiles? Yeah, you might be thinking odd because there's one extra tile here that doesn't have a buddy. All of these tiles have buddies, but this one does not. So we would say that this is an odd number. Nice job today, everybody. We have one more activity to do together. We are going to be counting on our number line. It is the 16th day of school this month. So we will be doing 16 hops of 10. So are you ready? Remember, when we cross that century, we're going to be thinking extra hard, okay, about what comes next. So I want you to stand up, get your wiggles out, get ready to whisper count with me, okay? We're all going to whisper count together. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's 10 hops of 10. We need to go 6 more. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. So 16 hops of 10 got us to 160. Give yourselves a round of applause for an awesome job with Number Corner.